Hi guys, and a warm welcome to our YouTube channel SRP Creative Tips. So in this today's video I am going to talk about Sri Lal Bahadur Sasthri, who was founded on 11th January 1966 in a place called Tashkent, which was in USSR at that time, and now it is the present capital city of the country Uzbekistan. Lal Bahadur Sasthri. Lal Bahadur Sasthri was an Indian politician and also served as the second Prime Minister of India after the death of Jawaharlal Nehru by the Indian National Congress Party. There is an interesting fact about Sri Sasthri is that we all Indians know about Mahatma Gandhi's birthday, but very few of us Indians know about Sri Sastri's birthday. Sastri was also born on 2nd October 1904, sharing his birthday with Gandhi. Sastri was born to his parents Sarda Prasad Srivatsa and Ramdula Devi in a place called Mughalsari in a Kayastha family. Mughalsari is a place in the Chandoli district of the state Uttar Pradesh in the present. Sastri's father was a school teacher and later became a clerk in the revenue office at Allahabad. Sastri's father died when he was 1 year old by causing bubonic plague. Sastri was inspired by reading the books and hearing and seeing the works of Swami Vivekananda, Gandhi and Anne Besant. He also attended public meetings hosted by Gandhi when he was at standard 10th. In 1928, Sastri became an active member of the Indian National Congress Party at the call of Mahatma Gandhi. He was imprisoned for 2.5 years. Later, he worked as the organizing secretary of the parliamentary board of the state Uttar Pradesh in 1937. In 1940, Sastri was again sent to prison for 1 year for offering individual satyagraha of support for independence movement. He became an elected representative of the United Provinces in 1937 and in 1946. He even became the police and transport minister by the membership of Govind Palpant and Rafi Ahmad on 15th August 1947. So I'll give you a small intro about these two guys, which is Govind Palpant and Rafi Ahmad. So let's first see about Govind Palpant. Govind Palpant was a best architect of the modern India during that time, and he was an Indian freedom fighter. Actually, he is the key for the Indian independence movement, and later became a pivotal figure for the Indian government. Now let's see about Rafi Ahmad. Rafi Ahmad is also a freedom fighter, a socialist Islamic socialist, and by people's reference he is also said that he is an Islamic socialist. So by their membership, which I mean by Govind Palpant and Rafi Ahmad, Sastri made his stairs to serve as the police and transport minister in the state level. So when Sastri took in charge of these two departments, he introduced two new things. One was he appointed women conductors, and the other one was he ordered police to use water tanks or water cannons to disperse the crowds or strikes, unless by using lathis or tear gases. So these things were done when he served as the minister in the state. So now let's talk about Sri Lal Bahadur Sastri as a leader in the whole India. So in 1951, Sastri was made the General Secretary of the All India Congress Committee with Jawaharlal Nehru as the Prime Minister. So Sastri was responsible for selection of the candidates and all electioneering activities. Sastri stood and he was successfully contested UP Vidyan Sabha. from Vidhan Sabha and won by getting 69% of vote. So he has to retain as the Home Minister of UP, but by a surprise move, he was called to center as a minister by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So Sasthri became the first Minister of Railways and Transport in the first cabinet of Republic of India on 13th May 1952. He also served in various posts such as Minister of Commerce and Industry in 1959, Minister of Home Affairs in 1961, and Sasthri also laid a foundation of Mangalore Seaport in 1964 as a minister. So now let us talk about Sasthri coming as the Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru died in the office on 27th May 1964. So after the death of Nehru, there were three political kingmakers, which should be presided as the Prime Minister of India. So one was Nehru's daughter Indira Gandhi, and the other one was Kumarasamy Kamraj, better known as K. Kamraj. And he was the president of the Congress party, and other one was Morarji Desai. So Sasthri was made as the Prime Minister because of his speeches and works which he done in the state level as a minister. But actually the political kingmakers were these three people, who is Kamraj, Indira Gandhi and Morarji Desai. But in the parliament, the people were instrumentally in making Sasthri as the Prime Minister of India. So like that, Sasthri became the Prime Minister on June 9, 1964. After the death of Nehru, several Congress leaders of the ruling Indian National Congress nominated Sasthri due to his socialist background to stand against conservative Morarji Desai. Sasthri was sworn in on 9th June 1964, taking over from the acting Prime Minister Gujral Nanda. About the slogan, Jai Jawan Jai Kisan. This outstanding slogan was given by Sri Sasthri during Indo-Pak War of 1965. Even after Sastri's death, this slogan is remembered. At the same time, it is famous even today also. War with Pakistan. Sastri's great moment came when he led India in the war against Pakistan in 1965. The Pakistani army skirmished with Indian forces in August 1965. The Indo-Pak War ended on 23rd September 1965 with the United Nations mandated ceasefire. During his tenure as Prime Minister, Sasthri visited many countries such as Yugoslavia, England, Canada, Nepal, Egypt, Burma and Soviet Union. So while returning from non-aligned conference in Cairo, Sasthri got an invitation from Muhammad Ayub Khan, which was the President of Pakistan, to have a lunch with him. Sasthri made a stopover Karachi airport for few hours, and breaking the protocol, Ayub Khan received him at the airport and had an informal meeting during October 1965 after the declaration of ceasefire with Pakistan in 1965. Sasthri and Ayub Khan attended a summit in Tashkent, which was in USSR at that time. On 10th January 1966, Sasthri and Ayub Khan signed the Tashkent Declaration, which was a peace agreement between India and Pakistan. Sasthri declared that in Tashkent on 11th January 1966, one day after signing a peace treaty to the 1965 war, and was found sleeping dead on the next morning in Tashkent. The Indian government released no information about his death, and the media then was kept silent. Even today, this great honorable man, Sri Lal Bahadur Sastri's death is even a mystery today. Thank you.